Today we will discuss how to protect crops. So, crop protection. What is crop protection? Actually, crop protection is the process by protecting crops from weeds, pests, and diseases. So, protecting crops from weeds, pests, and diseases is known as crop protection. The process involved in such type of protection is known as crop protection. Basically, in broader way, we firstly want to know how the crops are being protected from weeds. Then what is weed? Weed is actually unwanted plants grow along with crops. And decrease the rate of production. Decrease the rate of production. How they decrease the rate of production? Firstly, they compete with the crop. Weeds are generally compete with the crops for light, water, minerals, as well as space, thereby reduce the production of crop. So, this is the first way how weeds are harmful for crop production. They may produce poisonous substances. They may produce poisonous substances which harm the growth of crops and thereby reduce the crop production. So, we have to remove weeds from the field. How can we remove it? Removal of weeds. We can pull them out with hand from the field, pulling out. By using shovel or khurpa, or use chemicals called weedicides. Some example of weedicides are 2,4-D, MCPA, etc. So these are the common process of removal of weeds. Now we come to controlling pests and diseases. Pests and diseases. Birds, rats, insects, etc. often eat and damage the crop production, generally known as the pest. The crop plant and thereby reduce the production. They actually feed or damage the crops. And thereby the production is reduced. So these pests have to be removed. Number 2, if we consider one by one, say for example birds, how can we make free our fields from birds? Generally, scared away from fields, like scarecrow are oftenly used to scare out from the fields. Then we come to chemical substances known as pesticides. Pesticides are chemical substances to control pests like rodents, rats group, insects, etc. Rabbits, rodents, insects, etc. So, first of all, we come to know insecticide. As the name indicates, the chemical substances to control insect is known as insecticides. They're used to control insects, their eggs and larvae. For example, DDT, carbamate, etc. There are some organic insecticides too, like neem extract, tobacco extract, etc. So these are the organic insecticides, less harmful for the environment. Next, we come to rodenticide. Another group of pesticide is rodenticide to kill the rodents or rats, used in the form of poison baits. Little pellets of food mixed with rodenticides are strewn around the area where grain is stored. Pellet mixed with pellet of foods, form of poison baits. So, the chemical composition of rodenticides are mostly zinc, phosphate, arsenic, etc. These are the rodenticides. Insecticides normally sprayed over crop plants by hand-operated machine or sprinklers. So in this way, we can control pests and birds and control the disease. Also, for controlling the disease, we often used fungicides since fungus often cause disease to the plant bodies. So, for controlling fungus, we use fungicides. Mostly chemically they are mercury, bromide in nature. Amide fungicides are the common fungicides often used to control the fungus. This way we can control pest and diseases. Finally, we come to another important aspect, that is biological control. As we know, what we have discussed earlier, like insecticide, pesticides, rodenticides, fungicides, all are non-biodegradable in nature. Mostly they are non-biodegradable. But biological control involves the controlling pests like insect, mites, weeds using other organisms, So these are not at all harmful or less harmful for the ecosystem. Less or not harmful for the ecosystem. This process involves the predators, predations, parasitisms, and herbivory, along with the active human management role. This process of biological control involves predations, parasitism, herbivory. This way, some organisms are employed to control some harmful pest. Example, release of parasitic wasp, to control aphids, which are dangerous pests for the crop. So in this way, we can protect our crops. Thank you. For testing your understanding of this lesson and more videos, log on to www.tubelessons.net.